na 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 na. Makkers. Maar je gaat waarschijnlijk niet komen, want iedereen is afgezet. But I don't give two shits about that, motherfuckers. Oh, er zijn ook echt mensen aan het kijken. Ja. Welkom weer bij de live, zou ik dan zeggen. We gaan weer story spelen. Ik ben al iets begonnen met nog een route.
It was a stone of the purest blackness.
Maar in één keer had ik nu... Ja, praten. Praten is moeilijk. Praten kan onmogelijk zijn.
Who said that?
Laten we gewoon dit doen. Want blijkbaar is het de derde route. Waarschijnlijk gaat het sparen.
Thirsty. That seemed tempting and terribly wrong.
Trouwens, het grappige is, als ik groot scherm doe, kan ik niet alles zien. Als ik dit doe, kan ik wel alles zien.
But they had been close once, and he had a sneaking suspicion the gem would try to control him. Capture the core of Sky Ripper instead. It was the eye of a lost god, torn out by the transcendent emperor to power his
vraag me trouwens af of ik ooit iets bij de face kan veranderen.
Said the stone anxiously.
Kan ik het naar een enemy waifu veranderen? Dat is de vraag.
Renato knew how evil the gem was. He had a clever plan for dealing with it.
Oké, laten we deze doen.
The gem could give great power, but it was evil. But Renato had a plan. He would divide the stone into the power half and the evil half. He sought out the sage Calaveras.
Oh, you need a mirror of splitting.
Croaked Calaveras.
I can make one.
Calaveras set up various shiny...
Dit gaat een faal zijn.
And soon Renato was setting the stone down in the middle of Calaveras' lab. There was a flash, and now Renato was looking at himself. Except with a mustache, and a goatee and darker hair. There were two Iblis stones. One light, and one dark. Renato took the light one. He felt a rush of great power. Now I could defeat the Emperor. Wait a minute. Unfortunately, he couldn't think of any way to use it without hurting someone. That wouldn't be nice. Give me that, said his evil-looking twin. And he drew his sword. He only got it halfway out of the scabbard when he fainted from the effort. Obviously, neither weak, evil Renato nor powerful, nice Renato was any threat to the Empire. After the Emperor's victory, they were exhibited in a museum until time ended, which was soon after. He had tried something bold and paid the price for it.
What the fuck was dat? Oké. Veel. Oh, natuurlijk miste ik niet iets.
Verses about the Sky Ripper.
Oh, ik skip het.
Codices held hints of other things. A stone that ate souls. A ruby that drank blood. A jewel only a righteous man could give away. Were all these things the Iblis stone? Long hidden in the buried temple. Another ancient item that was only resurfacing now. Drawn up from the deeps by the Emperor's horrific rituals.
Laten we dit gewoon proberen. Moshi. Laten we gewoon... Want er is een trouwens trofee die alle skills... Wow. Nee. Auw. Nee. Auw. Wee. Oh. Ho.
Those flames really bring out your eyes.
Auw. Weet je niet alles?
Ravens were already here.
Wat deed ik dan niet?
They were still searching for a way in. Good.
Misschien heb ik de dash niet. Ik denk dat dat het is, want ik moest alles hebben. Let's try again, I guess. Wauw, oké, ik ga, nee, stop.
Actually, several buckets.
Ik ga nu officieel gewoon stoppen met dat te doen. Ik ga gewoon badass zijn, fuck it. Gewoon stop met fooling around en dan komt alles goed. Makker. Maar even serieus, ik deed alles. Dus ik moet denk ik echt dat laatste ding hebben, alles kan ik niet. Er is een trofee dat je alles moet doen wat je kent. Maar ik heb niet dat je dus dash en damage daarvan kan nemen. Dus waarschijnlijk moet ik daarmee wachten. Auw. Ik haat die gast. Maar hey, we hebben bijna de skill point, dus dan kunnen we dit fucking shit de hele tijd proberen en dan ga ik falen. Is dat niet leuk?
There had to be some way to use the Iblis stone. It was old, wasn't it? People are so much cleverer now. And Renato was pretty sure he was cleverer than most people. could not get past this point. Obviously, the temple builders knew how to deal with tomb raiders.
Ja. Dan voel ik me wel minder alleen. Nou, dan voel ik me wel beter over mezelf. En ik het zo zeg, ik ga het aanzetten wanneer een activiteit begint in de fucking chat. What the fuck deed dat? Oh.
This couldn't be good for global warming.
Maar dat was pointless. Ik wou even kijken. Maar je kunt er makkelijk langs. Oké.
It was a stone of the purest.
I know! Shut up!
Reflected no light. Like a void made solid. Nervous. He picked it up.
Even. Oneven, dus we gaan voor de. We gaan voor de core, oké?
Eager. Thirsty.
Hij gaat net even gerold. Oneven wordt optie 2. En even wordt optie. Want nee, wacht.
That seemed tempting and
Oneven wordt gewoon optie 2. Oneven wordt optie 1.
And a potent witch.
Dus we gaan nu voor de core.
A sneaking suspicion the gem would try to control him. Why not capture the core of Sky Ripper instead?
Ja, gaan we
Was
doen.
the eye of a lost god torn out by the transcendent emperor to power his greatest weapon? Get to the core, said the stone anxiously. What you want? But even though Renato knew how evil the gem was, he had a clever plan for dealing with it.
He sure is. Ja, nee.
The stone bothered him. He hated being told what to do. Wasn't that why he joined the rebellion? Wasn't that why he'd refused to be a soldier? He'd agreed to come on board only if he could freelance. The stone felt a bit clingy, and he had a feeling it did not have his best interests at heart. The sage Calaveras had told him where to find the Sky Ripper, a weapon capable of challenging the gods. Even without its armature, the core would still possess great power. He would go there. The moment he landed the Farfarer, Renato had a rare feeling of regret. It's not too late, he thought. He could turn around and sail for Zenobia's island. He frowned. Wait a minute. He didn't want to kill Zenobia, did he? Sure, technically she was the enemy, but they'd been at Sword Food School together. They'd never been lovers, but somehow they'd been closer. She'd told him every secret about herself. Except the biggest one. That she was the Emperor's daughter. No. Kill Zenobia, whispered the stone.
Not waifu. Waifu's gonna live this time.
Why would anyone put his slinky collection in a strongbox? There was something sour in the air. Like the earth had ruptured over something that had been fermenting for a very long time. Newly remembered not. The stone hadn't lied about what it could do for him. With each raven he cut down, he felt a jolt of power flowing into his arm.
Hey.
Whispered the stone.
Dash. Dan kunnen we ook dat hebben.
Are you afraid of it? Don't be ridiculous. It chuckled. It's unstable. It will poison you if so much as carry it, and then if you try to use it, it will explode catastrophically.
Ja, dat is waar.
Leonardo did not trust rocks that talked in his head. He went onwards.
Maar waarom niet? Auw. Kom een beetje. Oh, dang. Gebruik gewoon zijn eigen vriend tegen, makker. En hier, kom maar, boom. Oh. Nee. Oké, nailed it, jongens. Ja, oh mijn god. Opbox benieuwd mix, wacht even. Dat is gewoon... Wait, dat is... Use every trick. I did it. Ik heb net al mijn first actual attempt... Heb ik het gehaald. Terwijl ik niet eens... De comeback froze. Dus ik heb geen idee hoe ik dit heb gedaan. En ik heb net een trofee gekregen voor elke capability hebben. Dus... Ik hoef alleen maar alle skills hebben en alle endings. Dat is mooi. I'm happy with myself.
He had a sudden vision of plunging his gauntlet in.
Als er niemand online is, dan of iemand aan het kijken is of commenten, wordt het.
The stone had sent him its darkest fears. He had a sudden impulse
Ja,
to do exactly that. He raised his right
even was keuze 1, dus
He thought he could hear the stone screaming.
dat betekent dat de route bekend is.
When Ronaldo came to, the core was gone. But the Iblis stone was no longer black,
Oké,
but glowing with a blue
dan wordt
light.
het scientist.
And it was silent. I can't hear you, he sang out. And you? It didn't answer. Ha, he said. He had defeated the demonic gem with the power of his mind. It was time to attack the Imperial outpost on the Nexus. Take the battle
Helaas
to the
niet.
enemy. But among the huge crystals, there was also an observatory. A wise man would probably ask the scientists exactly what he had first. How wise was he?
Nou, niemand is in het... Oh, we zijn wel aan de start. Waarom kan je niet meekijken? Waarom kan je niet meekijken? Ah. Geeft niks dan. Trouwens, jij mag, omdat je toch nu even korter bent, kies maar even boven of onder. Jij mag de keuze maken. Ja! Nieuwe dobbelsteen vallen. Twee, oké. Dan wordt een nieuwe keuze. Dat is mooi.
Towards the Nexus. Ronaldo wondered if the core had been created to silence the stone, or even to feed its hunger. Honestly, he didn't care. He felt terrific. And he appreciated the quiet inside his head.
Ja, dat is wel mooi. Want deze route gaat niet falen zoals de allereerste route dat we deden. Gewoon ook denken. Oh ja, Dit is een nieuwe path.
Was infested with ravens, but that didn't bother Renato. With each death, the converted Iblis stone in his gauntlets glowed brighter. And
Ja, dit gaat goed.
wow. He was
Ah.
getting a bit bloodthirsty, wasn't he? Well,
No, ho ho. Bitch, get fucking you. Je kunt deze stream denk ik op de achtergrond gaan aanzetten. Gewoon voor de views, I guess. I need me views. Nee, wacht, dit is een route die nergens heen gaat. Ah, boeien. Niet. Niet. Of gaat hij wel heen? Ja, dat kan, ja. Een beetje op de achtergrond zetten. Oh. Een beetje naar furries kijken, weet je. Oh, dat ging wel heel smooth. Ai. Oh, slow mo track. And you got all fucked. Oh, yummy tech. Oh, yummy tech. Ik had geen idee wat dat was, wat ik allemaal zei. Nou, ik weet wel wat dat was, maar boeien. Huh? Oh. Juist. Fuck.
the core, absorbed in the stone, was doing its job perfectly. Renato could feel a little eldritch jolt every time he downed a raven, but then it flowed into the glowing stone the way water flows down a riverbed. It all felt perfectly natural, as if all
Ja,
his life,
dat gaat niet
this
fout.
was what he had been meant to do.
Dit gaat heel erg goed. Er gaat niks mis. Ah! Jak.
Renato tore through the last remaining guards at the outpost like hot coffee through snow. There was a far speaker toad here. He called the council speaker. He knew she would be thrilled. And she was. She wanted him to come back to base.
Ah, dat is wel een leuk spel, ja.
Had a medal to give.
Goeie anime game.
Golden medal. Great, said Renato. Let's talk about who else I can kill.
What?
Then the far speaker croaked again.
Hello, Renato. If you get sick of slaughtering second-rate birds in the Nexus, I'm waiting for you in the mountains.
Zenobia. She missed him. She loved him. Once she saw how awesome he'd become, maybe she'd join him.
Uh-oh. Maar,
Kiss and
nee.
well, if she did refuse for some reason,
Uh-oh.
he was no match for him now.
Uh-oh. Je mag de keuzes maken, maar ik heb het, als je voor waifu keuze gaat, ik heb het gevoel dat waifu een beetje in de problemen gaat komen. Jij mag kiezen. Ik heb nu op het papier. Ben ik nu. Oké. Weer 2. We gaan dus niet voor waifu. Oké, dat is eigenlijk best verrassend. Wacht wel even. Ik ga namelijk. Ik heb letterlijk heel even opgeschreven alle routes. En een beetje de keuze die ik kan maken welke we allemaal hebben gehad. Zodat ik weet welke ik mag kiezen en welke niet. Oké.
Zenobia was taunting him.
Dat was best verrassend. Geen waifu.
Lure him into a trap. Well, he was nobody's sucker. Especially not hers. He carried victory in his gauntlet.
De Infinity Gauntlet.
Council pointed him. As he set foot on the island, Renato felt energized, like when he was hunting or dancing. Then he smelt it. The stench of ravens.
Ja, dat is oké.
I think he was here too, before they tripped over the secret base. He was really saving the council toad's bacon, so to speak.
Wait. Ja, ik ben...
Once, Renato had opened a chest,
Oh.
and Jack in the Box jumped out. Jack in the Boxes, they gave them the Wiggins.
Cool story. Hier, fuck af. Maar voor het stonement dat je weinig fysieke damage neemt is zo fijn. Hopelijk ben je trouwens aan het winnen met Dragon Ball Z. Hopelijk ben jij het hardst aan het schreeuwen.
Renato hoped his mother wasn't watching.
Dat is zo dom. Deze game is zo dom. Geeft niks. Meer views. Meer zielen. En hopelijk meer gamers. Nice.
Renato chuckled at the irony that it was now the
Subscribe. Nee. Ja, zo werkt het wel. Zo werkt het wel, ja. Waarom werkt het zo? Nou, meer kans op gay mensen. Oh nee, dat is trouwens ook chest. Ik hoor dit te weten. Yeah. We zitten nu op 420 guys. Let's go. Dat dom bezig. Nee, pak af. Een greep dat scheelt. Oké, ik ben er gewoon doorheen gegaan. Werkt perfect.
Renato was a hero of the revolution. He
Mhm.
deserved a medal.
Ja.
He deserved every medal they had, and hopefully one big medal ceremony in front of everybody with trumpets so everyone could know what he'd accomplished.
Oké, sorry, ik moet dit lezen op de iPad. Niet vergeten, mensen, Roor heeft Pauwman. Wat? Wie is Roor en wat is Powerman? Oh. Nee, ik ga dit opzoeken. Ik heb namelijk meer tijd dan om naar manboobs te kijken, dus dat is belangrijker.
So he was close to the rebel base. Nothing was on fire. So far so good.
Mooi, dan kan ik meer vermoorden. Nee! Oh, wat? Ik had het wel gekilld. Nee, ik bedoel, ik had het wel gestopt. Want daarom kwam die skill naar boven. Dash. Oh. Get fucked. Nee. Furries. Gay. Imperfect my ass. Or mijn staart. Haha. Tralalala. Wie wint trouwens meer bij Dragon Ball Z? Van jullie twee. Ja, welkom bij deze stream dan. Boeien. Dat maakt het juist leuker.
So, this is the Iblis Stone?
The precious.
I can feel its power. Renato told her how he had fed the core to the stone and made
Dat was een
something
vrouw?
even more useful than either. Crazy like a fox.
Holy shit, dat was een vrouw. 3 zieke ik. Ja, ik weet dat jij het bent, maar het is zo van... Het is goed dat we het toch gewoon lekker... Dat we het lekker klein houden, want dan komt er meer aandacht aan jouw comment. Ik ben met dobbelsteen weer aan het vallen. Maar even serieus, wie dacht dat dat een vrouw was? Mind blown.
She croaked. And Renato
Oh, als in ik, Dragon Ball Z. Oké. Ik ben dom. Ik ben dom. Maar Lex, dat is ook een ding.
before. We've given you the best quarters and a bottle of Tantalonian firewater.
Wat is
All for
dat?
you. So they'd remembered. He woke in the morning with the sweetest of hangovers.
Uh-oh.
The Iblistone was gone from his gauntlet. The
Wat?
corridors were empty, except for a few rebels who looked just as hungover as him. Come on, you'll miss the battle, they yelled. Renato added sail as the Farfarer scudded across the sky. Who could have taken the Iblistone? Was it some Imperial spy? He would find him, and kill him, and take the stone back.
Misschien is de stone in hem gegaan. Nee, dat denk ik niet. Of misschien heeft de... Of misschien heeft de Frog hem... Gewoon de Frog met de Infinity Stone. I am God now.
Taste in his mouth. He was killing ravens, but it wasn't fun. It felt like a chore.
Welkom bij RPG's.
Chores. As a fox kid, he'd gone hungry rather than clean his room. He still didn't clean his room, he just moved house every few years. Who had the
Het blijft vast.
Iblistone
Ik stop
anyway?
even weer.
Up ahead.
Oh,
he
is
was
goed.
screaming and croaking and cawing.
Goedendag.
He was winning.
Mara. Pakken, kom hier. Waarom heeft hij ook geen profielfoto op YouTube? Dat irriteert me.
You know what I hate about you guys? Everything.
Wow! He showed them, he dissed them so hard. Dang, good dang, good dang. Gelukkig zijn hier geen fire magiërs. Fucking bitch. Waarom ben ik zo hyper aan het concentreren? Ik zeg niks meer in één keer.
As he ran forward, Renato noticed that some ravens were starting to ignore him. Just running away.
That's the
Who
frog.
are they running from? Some hero of the revolution? If some other so-called hero of the revolution had the stone and tried to take his victory and his medals, Renato's got to be seriously pissed off. He was the hero, not some other bozo.
Wauw, deze game is... Waarom voelt het allemaal zo... Oh, het voelt echt allemaal zo anders. Het is echt geweldig. I wanna sky, the moon is high. Go, ay, ya vaca mala mira.
You know, you don't smell any better when you're dead.
Doei. boom boom bee boom 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 bee boom 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 bee boom. Nou, dat is best makkelijk. Misschien kwam ik juist omdat er dus nu minder mensen waren vanwege dat ze allemaal aan het vluchten zijn. Dat zou mijn titel zijn. Anyway, let's go to the next ending. Attack. Meat comes zo dat. Nee. Oh, de core. Base, dat was het. Nu hebben we niet dingen gehad. Oké.
Finally, Renato came to the Empress.
Wacht.
Zenobia lay dead in front of it.
No!
The ship was a wreck. Ravens lay dead, sprawled everywhere. Bloody feathers spattered across the deck and the dock. The council speaker came out. She was waving a sword around like a flag.
Oh mijn god, het is de frog.
Get me, Renato!
Het is de fucking frog. The fucking frog lady. Hij heeft onze waifu gekild. Nee. Oh, fucking dang it. God fucking dang it. Oh, for fuck's sake.
She croaked. The Iblis stone on the sword was black as coal. Now I will be Empress, and all shall tremble before me, she croaked. So the stone had her. It was in her brain, whining for blood. I'm afraid I can't allow that, said Renato.
Waarom niet?
Stones are not usually good with swords. Something about the footwork. And the council speaker was not even a warrior. She was always tripping over things, which was quite an impressive achievement when you're a toad. Yet somehow, she was pressing Renato backwards as he desperately tried to keep her sword away from his throat.
Look, why don't you keep the stone?
He asked.
You deserve it.
Blood and souls for Iblis, she croaked. Blood and souls. She got under his guard with her sword.
What?
It was just the tip. But sometimes just the tip is enough. He could feel his soul being sucked into the stone. As he died, he felt embarrassed more than anything else.
Oh, dat was het meest grappige eind, to be fair. A hero who deserved, who will not let anyone steal the hero title. Dat ik eens was een fucking dickbag. Zijn we trouwens over de helft 1... Wacht even. Wij hebben nu 1, 2, 3, 4 en 8, 11. We zijn bijna op de helft. Dit gaat de halfway mark worden als we deze hebben. Laten we alvast gaan dobbelen.
The clouds parted over the Isles of Boreas. It was time to choose.
2, dus we gaan voor Rabbits.
Ravens were scouting for the secret rebel base.
Wat zei ik daar?
So the Sky River had surfaced. Renato knew that using it could go catastrophically wrong. But he was sure he could figure out how to use it safely. Also, a temple had risen out of empty desert. The Iblis stone was hidden there. It was a dangerous artifact. It could corrupt its user into a bloodthirsty monster. Maybe he could find a way to use it, to take its power without surrendering to its wickedness. And also, His old friend Lapino needed rescuing. Of course, Renato had a pretty strong suspicion that Lapino had betrayed the rebellion. And he had a gut feeling he needed to use that to his advantage.
Ja, oké. Maar we gaan dus voor deze.
Renato finally realized that Lapino was a traitor to the cause. And maybe Renato could use that somehow. Lapino. Apparently, the Mad Rabbit had sold a Pegasus that he did not exactly own. Lapino always wiggled out of trouble, given time. But he was out of time. Lapino's frantic message said that the Ravens were going to kill him for being a rebel spy. And that he had a clever plan. If the fleet reached him first, they'd string him up for that. Never mind the winged horse. Or so Lapino had told him over the far speaker anyway. Lapino had apparently managed to confuse the judge by arguing that he hadn't actually stolen the winged horse. He'd only sold it. But wait, where was the prison? The village was empty. Had everybody fled the Ravens?
Ow, 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 ow. Wow, 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 wow. Yeah,
People were frightened these days. Just 2 weeks past, Renato had sneaked through an empty town and listened to the Ravens caw about the Emperor's new taste in ritual sacrifice.
Wow.
This chest was filled with old concert t-shirts. And something useful.
Nee.
The village looked so peaceful. Were the villagers hiding somewhere? Of course not. No matter how much he searched, he would only find Ravens here. There was still no sign of Lapino. Not a hair. Not a pellet. Was he hiding in the cemetery further down the road? That didn't seem like him.
Yeah.
Lapino would betray him. But now Renato knew that. What would Lapino do if he knew that Lapino was going to betray him?
What?
Well, He'd some sort of crazy scheme, wouldn't he? That used Lapino's betrayal against him and it would blow up in space. Maybe he was overthinking this.
Yes.
That would be a first.
Alles weer aan het regenen. Volgens mij was het niet heel vaak aan het regenen.
And bloody, Renato finally reached Lapino. The rabbit was practicing his shuffle. Renato recognized the cards. It was Lapino's
favorite deck.
Oh, I thought you were in danger. I am. The ravens are coming. Oh, the prison thing. Right, yeah, we see this guard owed me $53.
Wat? Waarom heb ik in één keer 34 subscribers? Oh.
Now,
Nice.
brilliant plan to kidnap Zenobia. We capture Zenobia, we find out what she knows, and that's the whole war right there. Easy peasy, lemon squeezy. Capture the Emperor's greatest general, who happened to also be a deadly sorcerer, and boom, his only daughter. That would be worth
it.
And it would be nice to see her. For her. And
Sorry.
he felt sure she had one for him. On the other hand, he could still get to the core of the Sky Ripper, even if he couldn't get the whole thing. It must have great power.
Waarom is er een core optie? Zelfs hier, je kunt echt letterlijk alle 3 keuzes teruggaan. ...13, dat is oneven. Dus we gaan voor de eerste keer een core optie doen, terwijl we Rapino bij hebben.
Sky Ripper, the transcendent emperor, had wrapped an armature around the eye of a god. Bernardo had already let that armature slip away to save Lapino's life.
Dat is echt de meest twee domste keuzes.
Eye torn from a god. Surely they could fashion a great weapon from that.
The core of the Sky Ripper?
Lapino's excited.
That's an actual thing that we could just go and get.
He's been busy. He sure had. Renato told him all the things he'd been up to. Soon they got to talking about old times, about wages they'd won and lost, and scrapes they'd barely got out of. It was good to be back with his friend. True, the core was capable of terrible, uncontrollable destruction. But this time, he was sure it would work.
Ja. Ja, dat zeggen ze allemaal.
It's beautiful here, thought Renato. It was nice to be back with his old war buddy. All right. Lapino was a traitor.
Hey, waarom zit hij?
Still, it was good company. This was a roundabout way of getting there.
Aha. Elke keer. Ja? Nee, daar ben ik.
There was something sour in the air. Like the earth had ruptured over something that had been fermenting for a very long time.
Yeah, bitches. Get penised.
Wrong. All over. He could feel an almost palpable sickness in the air. And if the land could have tumors, they would look like these monstrous crystals. The forest was quieter than it had been. There were insects, a few birds, if you didn't count the ravens. Renato smelled
Aha.
dying. No help. I'm getting a bad feeling about this. Renato thought. Maybe Lapino was right. Maybe he should have kidnapped Zenobia instead of coming.
Nee, want anders heeft het core gehad, I guess. En plus, we moeten alle eindes zien. Oh, we zijn er al. Let's do it.
As he held the radiant icosahedron,
What the fuck?
Renato felt queasy. Like dozens of tiny worms were nibbling his insides. It wasn't healthy to be so close to the eye of a god. How could he use it? He could take it to the observatory. The scientists there could tell him how to harness its ancient power. But honestly, Renato ached to get away from it. He brought the core back with him to the Farfarer. But honestly, Renato ached to be rid of it. Tell you what, said Lupino. I'll take it to the observatory. You attack the Imperial outpost.
Dat is...
The Imperial outpost was a vital communications node.
Nee.
It could shatter the Empire's ability to coordinate. And it would be full of secret plans and maps and maybe even rebel prisoners. It was a good target for a hero like Renato. But what if Lupino lost the core to the Empire? That could be a good thing, couldn't it? Was Renato ready to take that risk? Maybe it was better if he brought the core to the scientists himself.
Let's roll a dice again. 14, dat is even, dus we gaan voor de scientists.
Lupino was a touchy rabbit. Renato knew that. You're brave, I know, Renato said. But this is what I was hired to do. Oh, well, at least let me run ahead and warn them you're coming. Renato wondered if Lupino was up to no good.
He was up to no good.
What if the rabbit warned the Empire instead? Oh, but Lupino wouldn't betray him like that. Not again. He finished the trip to the Nexus in silence. He would offer Lupino a chance to betray him, or not to. His old friend deserved another chance to prove true. All right, Renato said. Go.
Ja. Dat wordt een Rapino-ending. Maar dat is alleen maar mooi. Ik zeg dat dat alleen maar mooi is. Zo zien we ook nieuwe dingen, weet je.
As Renato watched Lupino vanish on the horizon, he could feel nausea building in him. He felt ill. Would his knees really be aching this much? But how could he have handed the core off to Lupino? That was a recipe for disaster.
Holy fuck. Dit is zo cool gedaan. Hold up. Kijk naar hem. Hij is ziek. Wacht, nee, alsjeblieft. Zijn helft gaat eraf. Omdat hij ziek is. Nice. Nou, eigenlijk totaal niet. Want dat betekent dat... Je bent fucked als je niet... Dat betekent dat we echt moeten gaan speedrunnen dit.
Have you ever felt you were just going round in circles? Renato felt like that.
Dat is een domme grap bij de tijd, maar elke keer...
Renato felt worse. All his joints were aching now. He'd been through beatings that felt better than this. So the core had a kind of poison that could harm you without even touching you. That's new. Well, it had power. The rebellion needed something with power. And how was this any worse than a sword wound? Well, a death by sword was sudden and fair. This was just squalid. A piecemeal death, like old age.
Ja, nee, oké, het lukt niet.
The Nexus Observatory had some of the Empire's greatest scientists. If anyone could rig the core into a useful weapon, and even better, make it stop leaking poison, it would be them.
Ja. Da da dam 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 da dam. Hey, het is weer een fire. Dankjewel, Rapino. Rapino. Altijd. For fuck's sake. Stop.
The observatory was a burning hulk. Dead scientists everywhere. Bernardo found the mad rabbit cowering under a desk. The ravens, they must have known we were coming, said Lapino. How did you... See, I was doing a card trick with my lucky deck, and I kind of bobbled the cards, so I went under the desk to gather them up, and boom! I guess we'll have to take the car straight to the secret base. I wasn't sure he believed that, but Lapino was talking so fast. It always seemed to make sense. The secret rebel base. Yes. They had engineers there. But wait. Calaveras, the sage in the mountains. Maybe he would know what to do with the naked core.
Hi. Nee, ik ga vooral nog een keer slim. Ik zet het echt zo slim neer, dit. 4, dat is even, dus we gaan naar de zijn. Nee.
The core was killing him. He needed help. The sage, Calaveras, had given him the maps to find the armature and the core. If anyone knew the true name of the Transcendent Emperor, if anyone knew how to assemble the Sky Ripper, Calaveras did. If anyone could heal Reynardo and render the core safe, at least to its bearer, surely it was he. The base of the mountain was the only safe place for a landing. He would have to continue on foot. Muscles aching. Calaveras was a scholar, not a doctor. Could he really save Reynardo from the poison radiating from the lost god's eye he was so recklessly carrying?
Waar is Rapino? Waarom is die niet mee? Ik weet waarom die niet mee is en dat is fucking fijn. Ja. Ja. Dat werkt. Ja. Level up.
Oh, this was not a fun way to die. Even if he survived. No one would write ballads about the fox whose knees ached forever, would they? Not unless he paid for it. He hated paying for publicity.
Nee, wat? We gaan deze keer deze kant op. Oh. Oké. Dat was like in game. Oh, daar is dezelfde plaats als de ijsplaats. En dat helpt gewoon niet. Please zeg me niet dat ik deze hele ding bij me ga blijven houden, anders ga ik fucking dood. En dan wil ik ook dood.
It was chilling walking through the living mountains. There was always noise up ahead. Insects, birds, the croak and flutter of ravens arranging ambushes. But close by, there was only the breeze and the trickle of melting snow. As if every living thing was holding its breath, his poisonous burden to move on. He really wasn't making a dent in those shields.
Oké. Ja, dat was raar.
To go through another universe. If so,
Oh
the
nee.
lost gods used one of them to prepare them
Sorry.
for thinking
Qualiteit wordt in één keer nog minder. Ja, de kwaliteit is... Oh. No. I'm dying. I'm dying. Nee, kom. We moeten echt heel snel er zijn.
Next time, bring more birds.
Nee, ik zal het wel accepteren als er meer birds zijn.
Well, they read Calaveras was a renowned scientist before he was forced into exile. Now, he was practically the last scientist. And he was Renado's last hope.
Oké, hier hebben we de laatste. Alter. We kunnen voor meer energy gaan. We kunnen al voor hook damage gaan. En dan weer hook speed hebben. Wacht eens wel even. Ik heb dit niet eens helemaal dan. Oh god, dit gaat nog langer duren dan ik dacht. We gaan voor max stamina. Want dan heb ik tenminste één heel mooi rijtje weer. Dat vind ik leuk. En dan doen we deze. Hallo makker.
The core, splendid, croaked Calaveras.
Help, ik ben dood.
Right, I was kind of hoping you wouldn't need it.
No, I don't. It's just a professional interest. We've got much better prismatics than the old TE ever did.
So Calaveras was an arcane engineer. He fussed at the core all day. He wrapped it with silver chains, and in front of it, he placed a huge round ruby, so that it looked like a monstrous floating eye. Ah, so, what is it?
Yeah, I call it the oculum. It's
What?
my very first death ray.
And it won't poison me?
Oh, no, it's completely safe now.
Yes.
Anything I should watch out for?
Yeah, try to avoid pointing at any mirrors.
As he loaded the oculum onto the Farfarer, Bernardo was a little concerned about Calaveras. People who were utterly sure of themselves, he had found, were either experts or horribly wrong. Or both. But Bernardo only needed to fire the oculum once. He only needed to destroy one ship. The Emperor's ship. And the war was over.
Ja.
Bernardo plunged into the Imperial fleet. He felt the oculum humming.
Maar
He felt sick. This was going to be fun. Or at least, it was going to be over.
Maar de Rebel Fleet dan? De Rebel Fleet is fucking dood.
Bernardo resisted the temptation to fire the oculum until the time came. Sense its arcane energies, yearning to escape the sage's wrappings. But it wasn't eating him alive. So that was a plus. He felt good about himself. He'd saved a friend, he'd helped the rebels, he'd relied on himself, but he'd listened to others. He felt like the right sort of hero. Wise, yet decisive. Calavera was a beauty, so sure it could work. Maybe he could fire it 15 times. No harm.
Wauw, nee, het helpt niet in combat. Dat is...
Only when he absolutely needs
Dat is jammer. Okay, only when he needed to. Yeah, we were careful. Yeah, that's okay. Ah, fuck. Oh nee, het plooit wel. Hell yeah.
Renado's arm was getting tired. The core was no longer eating at him, but he still felt weak. His stamina was shot. But he had the oculum. When the ravens swarmed him, he would sometimes fire its death ray. It seemed to be warming up too, firing more and more often. Maybe he should let it cool off. He decided to stop using it entirely.
Okay. Goed zo, oké. Dus, nee, dat makes sense. Als gewoonlijk. Ho ho, yes! Oh ja, wat is Death Ray? En Death Ray is deze shit. Maar ik ben echt benieuwd hoe deze weer gaat eindigen. Het gaat niet een fucking Rebel Frog zijn die ons verslaat. Nee, oké. Okay. Here we go.
Odd. The oculum was still hot to the touch. He almost thought it was getting even hotter. That was ridiculous, of course. Anyway, he'd only to fire it one more time, and then he could chuck the whole contraption into the abyss. And the Emperor's ship was now in range. Renado squinted. He could make out the line of ravens protecting the ship. Zenobia in front, conjuring. And on the deck, yes, that was His Imperial Majesty, pacing in his golden armor. Renado lined up his shot and fired. Caught in the beam, the ship burst into flames. The ravens and Zenobia exploded. The Emperor too exploded. Renado waited for the beam to stop, but it only got brighter, and the oculum hotter. Frantic, Renado pulled the oculum towards the abyss. The ruby burst into flames. The shiny metal casing glowed, then melted. That was good. Now it could cool off, right? Renado ran. The blast incinerated him instantly, along with both fleets. The shockwave could be felt across all Erda. That winter, with neither empire nor rebels to rule them, the island slid into banditry, and so began the second age of darkness.
Oh, Jesus. We got another ending from them. Okay. I mean, yeah, that was pretty bad. Eh. Ik vind het leuk dat ik van, oh man, ik wil zeggen dat ik van geen van de front row heb, maar ik heb deze. Ik heb ze bijna allemaal van deze blijkbaar. Terwijl ik niet eens dat wilde. Nou, eigenlijk moet ik nog maar 3 hebben van deze kant. Dus ik denk dat de rest... Wacht. Wel even. 1, 2, 3. 4. Ja, dat zijn die eindes. En dan hebben we nog 3 stone eindes. 1, 2, 3, 4. 5. Ons tweede van zijn waifu. En ik kan... Volgens mij wordt dat de 2 van... Oh, ik kill haar niet. Dat denk ik tenminste. Want dat is een optie. Maar ik wil... Toch dat Rapino iets meer heeft. Dus next up... Wait. Nee. Oh. Oh nee. Dat gaat nog een einde worden blijkbaar. Wacht. 1, 2, 3. Sorry, ik moet even tellen. 1, 2, 3. Dat is die einde. Trouwens. Ja toch, ja. Ik heb slim gedaan. Ik had de tag helemaal gedaan. Dat zijn die 3. Dan hebben we 3 van de stone. 1. Ik zie 4. Dus daar gaat er eentje tussen zitten. En ik weet dat dat... Ik gok dat dat dan niet killen is. Toch, want... I don't know. Dan hebben we Pino... Met... 4 eindes nog. Dus 1... 2, 3, 4, for fuck's sake. Ah, ik voel me even heel dom. Oh, god. Oh, die gaan we nu horen struggelen heel veel. 1, 2, 3. 1. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, dus dat zijn waarschijnlijk die soorten eind. Dan hebben wij 3 van de stone. 1, 2. Oh, 3, 4, 5. Ja, 2 van de stone. En dan 1, 2, 3, 4. Ja, oké, ik ben gewoon dom bezig. Wacht heel even. Ja. Ja, oké. Oh nee, zo. Ja. Ik ga een pad kiezen nu even uit deliberate. Het is namelijk een tweede keuzepad die ik dan helemaal vol kan hebben. Want het klinkt heel raar.
The rebellion was in trouble. Ravens were scouting for the secret rebel base. They needed a game changer. Pieces of the Sky Ripper had surfaced. Renato knew that using it could go catastrophically wrong. And he was sure he could figure out how to use it safely. Also, a temple had risen out of empty desert. The Iblis stone was hidden there. It was a dangerous artifact. It could corrupt its user into a bloodthirsty monster. Maybe he could find a way to use it. To take its power without surrendering to its wickedness. And also, his old friend Lapino needed rescuing. Of course, Renato had a pretty strong suspicion that Lapino had betrayed the rebellion. And he had a gut feeling that he needed to use that to his advantage.
Dan gaan we nu wel trusten.
Renato finally realized that Lapino was a traitor to the cause. And maybe Renato could use that somehow. Lapino. Apparently, the Mad Rabbit had sold a Pegasus that he did not exactly own. Lapino always wiggled out of trouble, given time. But he was out of time. Lapino's frantic message said that the Ravens were going to kill him for being a rebel spy. And that he had a clever plan. If the fleet reached him first, they'd string him up for that. Never mind the winged horse. Or so Lapino had told him over the far speaker anyway.
De far speaker? Wat is een far speaker?
Lapino had apparently managed to confuse the judge by arguing that he hadn't actually stolen a winged horse. He'd only sold it. But wait, where was the prison? The village was empty.
Nu zijn we hier op een andere plaats.
Had everybody fled the Ravens?
Kill the fox!
Record the Ravens. Nobody said they were original. People were frightened these days. Just 2 weeks past, Reynardo had sneaked through an empty town and listened to the Ravens call about the Emperor's new taste in ritual sacrifice.
Oh. Komennasai. Waarom zou ik dit niet streamen? Dat is de echte vraag. Ah shit. Het ding staat er nog. Ah. Dankjewel game. No. Kan ik dit gewoon uitzetten? Bericht. Wacht. Ah, ik ben dom. Oké. Dan doe ik gewoon lekker dit. Nee. Maar kan dit werken? Ja, dat werkt. Je kunt maar op 1 niveau doen. Er is geen hard mode, maar we proberen alle endings te doen. Dat is... Wat ben je aan? Wat bedoel je met elementen? Er is geen element. Hè? Ik snap het niet, maar dit doet toch... Oh! Ja, op die manier. Ja, ik doe HAVO, ja.
He'd better get moving. If they got to Lapino first, they'd eat him for breakfast.
Ik doe inderdaad HAVO. Ik doe HAVO 5, ja.
Weren't picky. If they got hungry, they sometimes forgot.
Dat gaat zo over de game, want sorry.
Even top spies like Lapino.
Welk niveau doe jij dan?
Then they'd probably pin a medal on his chest.
Het gaat ook bij mij best goed op HAVO.
Lapino would betray him. But now Reynardo knew that.
Ik denk dat jij er ook op zit.
What would Lapino do if he knew that Lapino was going to betray him? Well, he'd concoct a crazy scheme, wouldn't he? Use Lapino's betrayal against him and it would blow up in his face.
Maar het maakt toch niet uit of je in voor mijn gevoel een gewoon onderwijs of niet. Ah, toch VWO 5. Oh, nice. En gaat dat goed?
Dirty and bloody, Reynardo finally reached Lapino. The rabbit was practicing his shuffle.
Oké.
Bernardo recognized the cards. It was
Nee, wacht, dit is trouwens niet speciaal onderwijs, het is bijzonder onderwijs, technisch gezien, want speciaal onderwijs is gelovig.
The prison thing. Right, yeah, see, this guard owed me 50.
Want ik ben niet gelovig.
They're very reasonable people, actually, for weasels. Now, I got a brilliant plan.
Of was nee, wacht, het was andersom. Ah, fuck, ik voel me dom.
We find out what she knows. And that's the whole war right there. Easy peasy, lemon squeezy. Capture the Emperor's greatest general, who happened to also
Maar dat is toch gewoon in deze wereld, dat is pas de echte vraag van het leven.
That would be worth it. And it would be nice to see her. He'd always had a soft spot for her. And he felt sure she had one for him.
Oh,
On the
nice.
other hand, he could still get to the core of the sky.
Maar waifu is het beter dan de core. En dit wordt de laatste keer dat ik waifu deze orde ga kiezen. No.
Zenobia wasn't just the Emperor's daughter, of course.
Ah,
She'd been Renado's best friend in sword fu school. And you're still
het blijft geweldig.
The rabbit reminded him. The rabbit had a point.
Ja.
And Renato had a feeling she'd want to see him again.
Het ziet er heel raar uit dit.
Between the two of them this time around. She knows all his plans.
Wow.
Master spy.
Yay.
She won't
Hoezo bedoel je met even?
She'll tell the
Ja, gaan we niet weer verlaten?
Said Lapino. Taking her would change the game.
Deze keer mogen we helaas niet kiezen, want er is een fix route. Maar het is waifu route, dus het is oké. Waifu route is goed.
The city was already under Zenobia's control. I had to admire her.
Heer.
efficiency. Renato shivered at the thought of Zenobia at the mercy of the interrogators. Would he really turn her over to them?
Ja.
But this was war. It wasn't meant to be pretty.
But I am pretty goddamn. En dit keer gaan we daar trouwens wel trusten. Dat was wat we niet deden. We hadden volgens mij... We lieten haar de scientist zien, maar we lieten haar niet geloven. En we gaan niet mee op Rapino's ding. Dan hebben we deze dingen gehad. In ieder geval. En dan, wacht. Volgens mij zitten wij nu op de helft met endings, dacht ik.
Creating employment for. Truly, he was a
We zijn er bijna. We zijn bijna over de helft. Oh god. Dan is correct. Niet. Oh, niet. En heb je veel gewonnen met Dragon Ball Z? Vals, want je speelt bij mij, dus dat betekent dat je automatisch goed bent.
Why was Lapino urging him to capture Zenobia?
What the fuck gebeurde wat?
Obviously it was a trap. But you never knew how Lapino thought. Sometimes his plans were so convoluted they did the exact opposite to what Lapino wanted. Yeah, there must be some way to play on that, Bernardo thought.
Waifu? Ja, waifu. Roar, waarom heb je trouwens niet... Ik heb echt volgens mij kaarsennaam Nagel trouwens. Hoe spreek je je naam eigenlijk uit? Speel je het echt uit als Roar of... Want ik heb dat eigenlijk nooit geoefend.
So,
Hoe spreek je nou?
what's this plan of yours? Use
Roar.
said Lapino.
Roar.
And he outlined a slightly
Okay.
complicated plan that involved geese, a net, setting the Farfarer a little bit on fire, Lapino dressing as an
Roar.
old blind
Okay.
toad, and Renardo hiding inside a monstrous watermelon. What could possibly go wrong? Thought Renardo.
Ik heb een ooglapje. Ja, wat... Ja, nee, je kunt...
Go ahead. I'm sure you know better.
Maar waarom heb je trouwens geen profielfoto op YouTube? Dat was de echte vraag. Jieten, niet dus. We hebben hier trouwens ook vakantie. Al. Want ik heb nu kerstvakantie. Eigenlijk gisteren al. Maar...
Don't go away.
Sorry. Sorry dat het zo blijft hangen. Misschien is je internet heel slecht. Of misschien komt het omdat ik het in Nederlands ging. I don't know. Blijft het hangen? Ik ga heel... Ik kijk wel even met jullie mee. Het blijft hangen. Oké, wacht even. Meh. Voor mij blijft het niet hangen. Ik zit ook te kijken naar de stream. Ik heb altijd op mijn iPad... doe ik de stream aan, zodat ik weet wat er gebeurt met de stream zoals dit. Maar het ziet er niet uit alsof het aan het hangen is. Nee, het ziet er niet echt naar uit. Dus misschien ligt het aan jullie, I don't know.
Where were her guards? Finally, he reached her bedroom.
Oh, zit hij dan in je broers kamer?
Oh, he'd forgotten how beautiful she was. How sleek. How soft. He tapped her on the shoulder with his sword.
Wacht.
She became smoking.
Ja, nee.
And he noticed he had a blade to his throat. Stay a while. Heard a familiar voice. Did you really think you could capture me? Zenobia said as the ship lifted off. Now I just want some privacy. Renato said.
Waarom ben je in de
Renato
boerkamer?
knew she still had feelings for him. Maybe he could just cut to the chase. But was timing right for that?
No. The timing was not right because otherwise we have a game over. And game over is gay.
And he told her why.
Oh.
His Imperial Majesty wanted to bring the lost
Oh
back.
nee.
They could make him immortal. To seal the bargain, he needed a sacrifice. Someone who truly loved him. You're lying.
She was furious.
You can't prove that. I can. And
Oh.
so, we set sail for the Nexus.
Het is trouwens zo irritant als bij de comments zoals dit. En in één keer staat interact. Nou, de T op het laatst denk ik dan, please, zorg ervoor dat die T in die box past.
Scientists at the observatory have resurrected one of his victims. Well, he's not exactly alive, but he can talk and he can't lie. You took a big risk. You know, I could just cast a spell to make you tell me where the rebel base
Maar
is.
waarom doe je dat ook weer?
You wouldn't consider that cheating? She frowned. Fine. Let's go get your witness.
Maar even zeggen, wat draagt ze eigenlijk? Ik vind haar veel leuker in het boek, dan is het chibi.
Started after atrocities that the Empire hushed up. Renato had rescued a priest whose order had been massacred for one book. He had slept in a burnt village. Dead kittens and puppies had come to tell him what the Emperor had done to them.
Oh. Dat is best wel sad. Wat vinden jullie? Was dat Shadow? Man, oh man. Ik zeg maar wat woorden. Nee. Waarom is hier deur elke keer? Gamer moves. Tijd voor gamer. 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 En oké. Owie do there. Ik press. Vierkantje. You motherfuckers. Auw. Ik zal niet opletten. Ik was te bezig met mijn comedy. Want...
She caught up with him. Don't you think I'd know if my father started practicing black magic? Why? Would you want to join in?
Oh, wacht, natuurlijk vecht hij mee, want ze wil niet de eigen ravens fucking vermoorden. Dat zou dom zijn. Ah.
I wouldn't. She stopped.
Nice.
Troubled. He ran on.
Yeah, that makes sense actually. You come away with lazy game design this time. Only this time. Leven jullie allebei nog? Elke keer als ik hier kom, denk aan de keer dat het is geglitcht.
For a way to save the rebellion. Lapina wanted to capture and interrogate Zenobia. But if he could show her proof of her father's madness, maybe she would join the rebellion.
Je krijgt nooit genoeg tijd hiervoor. Fuck dit.
A cannon trap. Who doesn't love being shot at by cannons? And who kept these things loaded anyway?
Ze magische dingen. Geen van jullie bijna leeft gewoon. I am Speedo. Het is gewoon echt één grote chaos. Zou de Scientist Lab nog heel zijn? Nee, wat een verrassing. Het is altijd in de vuur en bam. Ik heb deze dood alleen maar dood zien gaan. Dood. Hoek, 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 hoek. Hoek, hoek. Dit gaat denk ik trouwens mijn laatste ending worden. Hè?
The observatory
Viel
was a burning
over mezelf.
Dead scientists and black feathers everywhere. The ravens had taken care to burn the reanimated witness to cinders. Zenobia stared around, shocked. The scientists had been neutral. They had no part in the rebellion. Take me to your council, she said, shaken. I have things to tell them. It was what Renato had gambled on. The Zenobia would turn against her father once she knew his madness. But the rebel base was secret. Could
Really
risk taking the Emperor's daughter there, even if she did love him?
Ja, oké.
Renato reached Lapino by far speaker Toad, the one creature the ravens had left alive at the observatory. Lapino seemed awfully anxious to meet him at the secret base. If he was a spy for the Empire, he'd turn around and reveal the coordinates to the Empire, jeopardizing the entire rebellion. But Renato couldn't bear to think that Lapino would commit such horrible
Fuck's sake.
There was still good in the Mad Rabbit. He felt sure of it.
I'll meet up with you at the base,
Lapino said through the Toad. Good thinking. Renato gave him the coordinates.
Fucks. Je kunt via Toads communiceren. Dat is waarom zij klinkt zoals zij klinkt. Ze klonk zo. Oh, fucks. Hey.
There's a shuttle here I can borrow. Renato found Zenobia in the chart room. I've been having awful dreams. Dead kittens. Worse. I thought they were only dreams, you know. Why would anyone want the lost gods back? In those days, the favorite of a god could become immortal. She held herself and shivered. He wants to become an eater of souls.
Waarom help je daar hem dan?
Just tired of boredom. Bernardo said, but she didn't laugh. Silence fell as they flew towards the ruins of the city of Ubar, where the rebellion leadership was hiding. If Zenobia couldn't help them fight off her father, no one could. As they touched the ground, they could smell the raven and hear their hungry caws in the distance. They're probably looking for me, she said. You go on
Waarom?
ahead. She had that fiery look in her eyes that he'd always loved. It was a bit odd, though. How easy she'd been to convince. It was what he'd gambled on, but he'd expected more of an argument. She'd always loved to argue. She considered it the fastest way to the truth. Maybe she'd long suspected the truth. Sometimes all it took was taking the bandages from your eyes. That must be it, he told himself. Impatient. Bernardo was making himself dizzy. Fun. Turned, the war could soon be over. She could send orders to the fleet that would leave their defenses wide open. The rebels could sail right in and capture the Emperor. Victory, with not too many casualties. They caught their breath under a ruined arch. It's beautiful, she said. This was the library of Ubar, he said. Your father's ravens thought they had an ancient book. She nodded. Was she crying? This was exactly what I wanted, Renata thought. To turn her to our cause. Why do I feel something is terribly wrong? Because nothing ever goes this smoothly, is why.
Stop crying. Dat is zo dom. Dat is heel erg dom. No.
Long stairs. So he was close to the rebel base. Nothing was on fire. So far, so good. Council toads swarmed around Zenobia, shocked she was there, shocked she had changed sides. Then the walls exploded. He heard toads croaking, "Oh, the ravens!" Blackbirds were pouring through holes everywhere. "It's a trap!" cried the council speaker. In the confusion, he saw flashes of magic. Then Zenobia being hustled off by Imperial troops.
Nee, het is niet haar, het is niet haar.
Renato ran for his ship. The Farfarer flew into the clouds, barely losing the Imperial ravens pursuing him. The rebellion was lost, and he had lost it. There was nothing to do but find Zenobia and make her pay for her treachery. His heart ached. He still loved her. But he had trusted her, and he had been a fool. She would be back at the fleet, gloating with her mad, bloodthirsty father. For all Renato knew, she was helping him bring back the old lost gods back from their exile.
Die vader, die is echt die wordt echt gefucked de hele tijd. Hij doet echt fucking niks. Want het is alleen maar dat zij met zoveel staan.
In the middle of the Imperial fleet. The rebels were losing badly. Without leadership, it was a slaughter. Renato felt strangely free, trying not to think about how he had lost the war, trying not to think about how he had loved Zenobia, blinded himself to her treachery. That's what it meant to be a hero, to keep on fighting after the most bitter of betrayals, to never know if you could trust anyone. Cats, what a waste.
Wow. Oh nee. Ah shit, ik weet wat er voor einde dit kamp gaat worden. Nee, fucking die konijn gaat weer ons betreden of zoiets. En die is uiteindelijk de echte betrayer. En we gaan fucking haar echt ook echt killen waarschijnlijk uit. Ja. Nee. Fucking over me nou. You fucking piece of shit. Fuck you.
To Lepido.
Ja.
The mad rabbit fled to safety. Or was he forlornly carrying on?
Nee, they betrayed it. Oh.
It didn't matter anymore. All there was slash and spin, parry and lunge, over and over as he fought his way across the fleet. All there was finding the girl he'd once slugged, who had used his love against him and putting as big a hole in her heart as she'd left in his. Suddenly, Zenobia was there, advancing a Lapino. So
Nee, 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 nee. Nee. Oh, nee. Hij gaat... Hey. Hij gaat Lapino helpen. Fuck.
Save me, or I'm done for! Screamed Lapino. Zenobia turned, showing her teeth in a smile.
You're alive.
Renato ran towards the witch.
Lapino's the one who betrayed you.
She shouted.
He warned my father.
Before he could think, Renato sank his sword into the sorceress. She stared at him, heartbroken.
No. Lapino's the traitor.
Renato had an awful, sinking feeling in his stomach.
Fuck.
He felt a knife in his back. I'm afraid she's right, said the Mad Rabbit. Ain't I a stinker? Then the sun went out. Damn it.
Fucking kut rabbits. The endless moment. Oh, dat is een van de kutste eindes. Oh, die fucking... Ik ben aan het vergeten dat ik zelfs aan het streamen ben. Holy fuck. Mijn kont. Nee, dat deed echt pijn. Ging op een stuk meat. Maar we gaan het hier niet op eindigen. Dit is gewoon een van de meest... Rapino is zo kut. Ik moet niet met een Rapino eindigen. Want Rapino heeft alleen maar kut eindes. Dat kan ik alleen merken. De rest is allemaal oké. En hardbroken. Maar hier word ik gewoon boos van. Dus het wordt even voor mij.
The rebellion was in trouble. Ravens were scouting for the secret rebel base.
We gaan voor een core einde. Oké, we gaan voor een harde.
Also, a temple had risen out of empty desert. The Iblis stone
We gaan.
It was a dangerous artifact.
We gaan om. Nee, weet je wat? We gaan onze waifu niet killen. Wat dachten we daarvan? Ja, we gaan de stone pakken, gaan naar haar toe, maar gaan haar niet killen. Denk ik. Dus we gaan dat doen. We gaan naar haar toe. Dat wordt het ding. Oké? Dus we gaan naar haar toe. Deze keer, maar niet haar killen. Dus we doen één van die twee.
The Iblis stone. It would whisper promises in his ear, offer him power for blood.
We gaan zien hoe dit gaat.
Renato was sure he could master it. And so, Renato went ostrich hunting. Every child could sing verses about the Sky Ripper.
We doen de andere wel later, I guess.
Hints of other things. A stone that ate souls. A ruby that drank blood. A jewel only a righteous man could give away. Were all these things the Iblis stone? Long hidden in a buried temple. Another ancient item that was only resurfacing now. Drawn up from the deeps by the Emperor's horrific rituals.
They were still searching for a way in. Good. And he hadn't come too late.
Kom dan. Wat? Oké, nu ga ik serieus. Nog. Nog.
But was this fruit local? That's what Renata wanted to know.
Weet je, nee, we gaan gewoon einding doen. Ja, dit wordt even de laatste level. Dat spijt me, we gaan dit niet eindigen op een ending. Wat, dit is nieuw? Oh, fuck. Niks? Oké. Ik krijg helemaal niks zelfs. Kijk, nu is het anders. Oh. Nee, kom hier. Ik ga het safe spelen. Fuck you guys, kom hier. Oh, nee. Ja, nee. Oh, die gasten zijn echt kutbasters, weet je. Want die tellen als een one-hit ding, maar ze blowen gewoon in je wees. Het is gewoon nee, alsjeblieft, stop. Weer. We kunnen zelfs een eigen teamgenoot aanraken. Perfect.
There had to be some way to use the Iblis stone. It was old, wasn't it? People are so much cleverer now. And Renata was pretty sure he was cleverer than most people. Could not get past this point. Obviously, the temple builders knew how to deal with tomb raiders.
Dit wordt het laatste ding. Gewoon dat het niet meer gaat worden. Kijk, je kunt het op een hele moeilijke manier doen. Of je kunt gewoon...
How far exactly did these things travel?
En daar hebben we de Iblis stone.
It was a stone of the purest blackness. It reflected no light, like a void made solid. Nervous, he picked it up. Who said that?
It was the stone.
Natuurlijk.
Eager, thirsty. That seemed tempting and terribly wrong. Zenobia was the Emperor's greatest general and a potent witch. But they had been close once.
And he had a sneaking suspicion the gem would try to control him.
Why not capture the core of Sky Ripper instead?
Ja, maar dat gaat goed.
God torn out by the transcendent Emperor to power his greatest weapon. Go to the core, said the stone anxiously. What you want?
But even though Renato knew how evil the gem was, he had a clever plan for dealing with it.
Nou, hier ga ik dus de stream eindigen. Ik ga ook weer verder op mijn eigen tijd. We gaan waarschijnlijk... Ik zit na te denken om al 5 uur serieus te beginnen met streamen. En dan een hele lange pauze houden. Want ik zit dan toch te spelen. I don't know. Anyway.